All right, Jeff, go ahead and explain what we got here.
All right. Well, what we're demoing is this Euroline tool that we came up with. It's to create consistent lines with taping interiors of frameless cabinets. Dino's going to be running through this and kind of showing you as I talk about it. And he'll talk about it a little bit. And basically, what it does, it just simplifies putting that interior initial tape line in, so you don't have to try and be super precise with getting a consistent tape line. You just let it roll over the edge, and then you come back with the tool and score it. And that's basically what it does. And I think Dino's going to run one here, and we're going to use paper on this application, I believe, right, Dino?
All right, so yeah, using the tape, we're going to show how you can mask off and do this. So I'm going to pull my tape just wider than, let's say, the bottom width, tear it, then as we go into the cabinet, apply the tape proud of the cabinet box. And then from there, when you take this tool, it's recessed back. So when you follow that edge, that knife will cut. You can get into your corners to start, and then you apply just a little bit of pressure. You don't need a whole lot. And then it's easier to start from your corners and work your way in. And then once you get familiar with how to hold this onto your cabinet, sometimes you can use your indexing finger to push and go. I found that also using your thumb to place on there. So it's like you're putting your thumb on here and rubbing across, using that to cut. And then once you make that cut, I go up the sides here. Now I can just peel back that tape and pull that line. Where that knife blade cuts into the cabinet, the paint will then bond into that crevice and not so much to the tape, so that when you pull, you're not going to get so much tear from the paint. So it'll leave a nice, consistent line.
Yeah, that's a good point. Some people have worried about the cutting edge, but that fills up with your primer and your coating, so it's not really an issue.
And yeah, it speeds up the whole process of taping off Euro-style cabinets.
But this is the Euroline, so we did create a new base plate for this. Eric Reeston had mentioned that it was kind of hitting a certain hinge plate, so we made a little modification to it. And if you need that new one, we can send that to you. Just send us a message if you've already purchased one. But I'm going to open this one up and switch it out and try to kind of show you what the inside of it looks like. And it just uses a T15 screw. Just be careful when you are opening it, because there's extra blades inside of the tool as well, and an extra indexing pin. And I'll kind of show you what that indexing pin is for. So you do have two blades, two extra blades inside. Just be careful. They are sharp. And what the indexing pin can do is it's reversible. If you find yourself in a situation where you might be bottoming out on the tool in a corner, or maybe there's a face frame overlapping the face of the cabinet, you can adjust the blade so it shifts forward more, and that will allow you to get inside there and make the cuts that you need. But I don't think that's going to be something that's going to come up very often. That's the inside of the tool. So the new plate just snaps right back on. One important thing is don't over torque these screws. Just get them snug. That's all you really need to do. Don't grab an impact. It's not necessary. So that's basically it. That's the inside. Dino's created these nice little sheath or holsters that just protects the blade, protects your fingers from getting cut. It's a good, clever idea. Now we'll go back and see what Dino's been doing. Looks like he's pretty much got it about done.
Yeah, it's pretty much taping off the outside, and then when you want to put your plastic tape or your paper tape and just kind of put it all together.
And obviously you have side panels that stick out proud, and it was no issue in the corners, correct?
Yep, no issues there. So this is mimicking if there's like a decorative end panel, let's say that went all the way, this tool goes right up into those corners and doesn't worry about hitting those outer cabinets parts if you're against the wall or anything. So, yep. And then that I think you might have mentioned, this can be adjusted forward. while removing the tool. So in case you do need to move that blade forward to pull pull the whole tool back, if for some reason it's a lot thinner here, but this is your standard 3/4 box for a
Yep.
cabinet. When running the tool, you're going to press up and hold it up against the edge of your cabinet and let the knife do the cutting. You'll kind of angle it down and run with it, and then you'll get a nice consistent line around the whole edge of the cabinet to where the paint will just blend right over that edge. And then with that cut line into the material, the paint will blend into that cut, leaving a straighter line when you pull that tape as well. So it's not really bonding too much to the edge of the tape. You don't get those tear lines. But yeah,
Yep.
nice consistent cut all the way around. As I took my tape and tore it a little bit wider than either edge, so that I can lap and go over the corner a little bit. It's a nice tip by Eric Reason and how he does his taping. So I did the top and the bottom and then pulled a strip that's now a little bit shorter from there to there to finish the rest of that. So it makes it real easy taping off the top, taping off the bottom, and then pull for the sides. Following the edge, spending your time, pulling the tape little by little, making a bunch of different tears. I think in this method, I've lost about 4 to 6 inches of tape length because the way I pulled and just overlapped a little bit instead of having to try to pull one section of tape, putting on one part, pull another, make it into the corner perfectly. You know, there are different methods to doing it. This way, you kind of put it in there, you're overlapping just a little bit, and you're not having to spend your time to try to follow, pull another tape, follow, and do a nice clean line.
Yeah,
That way it just always comes consistent.
I like that method. The way I was doing it before, I was running tape all on the inside and then plasticking or papering. And yeah, Eric made a really good point. Definitely speeds it up and uses less material.
Yep.
That's a nice looking cabinet, by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
Another little thing about the tool I like. So when I'm working on masking cabinets in the field, I like to keep it right here on my side. And this Mac Connect is just one-handed. You can just grab it, make your cuts, and then go right back. So here we go. So this is just this is titanium. All this was bought off Amazon. It's just, I click it to my belt loop, and it's just a Mac Connect, so you can just pop it right off one-handed, and you don't have to search for it. And it just keeps it right by your side, keeps it nice and handy. There's other options, obviously, that you could probably do.
So the Euroline tool is available on the site. If Jeff didn't already mention these things, it's available on the site. Two colors: orange and green. Possibility of doing some custom colors if there's enough for request, or depending on how many you want to order, we can possibly do a custom color. If you're a business wanting to put these in your stores, if you're a paint supplier, we can also work with you on that and private labeling. That'd be nice. And we're going to work on a local business here that wants to do that, so we're open to that. I mean, there's not much to it. Very simple design, but usually some of the better ideas are just really simple. It solves that.
Cool, man.
All right, I think that's it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll keep this posted for later in case you missed it. It'll be on both pages so that you can watch it back again.
Cool. Thanks, Dina. We'll talk to you later.
See you, Jeff.